God, why am I literally just woke up. I literally just woke up. Why am I so tired? So I woke up early enough to go across the street and get myself a fancy coffee for the day after Christmas Eve. Came home, ate the cake pop I got for myself, and then yeah, and then fell asleep in my chair and spilled my coffee all over myself. So, you know, good start to the day after Christmas Eve, I think. Good start. Or the day after Christmas. Good start. So last night, I want to start building my dragon. As I was hanging out with my husband for most of the day. And we were playing some Guild Wars, getting some achievements done and stuff. But I got to put together some of them at least. He has very weird cuts, which I think are going to be prone to gaps. So like, you can probably see it pretty bad right there, or right there. So he's going to need a bunch of gap filling. Honestly, I think glue is going to handle majority of it. But yeah, very weird cuts on it. Camera's in a different spot today. I don't think I like it, to be honest. Let's try this. Let's try that. Maybe that'll be better. I've been trying to I've been having a lot of trouble with just having beard cam. So I'm trying to get away from beard cam. Alright. So that should take care of those gaps. Should sort those out for us. Okay. So what do I have here? I've got the tail, part of the body, some dragon bulge, and the beginning of the wings. This is one piece for this side, one piece for the arm, piece for the inside, piece for the inside, piece for the bulge, piece for his happy trail, left side, one piece here, arm, one piece there, one piece for the back, the tail, the other side of the tail. So he's a pretty lot of pieces, but they're pretty big pieces to make the body. So pretty cool, but pretty simple as well. The only odd thing about it really is just the positioning the cuts are in. Very strange. Alright. So with that, sorry, I keep swapping cameras because I'm trying to find... Ooh, that's obnoxious. Let's not do that. I'm trying to find a good spot for this camera. Maybe that's good. Or it's not in my face. There we go. Let's try that. I think that's gonna reach a little bit further out, but I think that'll be pretty good. Alright. So next up, let's see what we got. We're supposed to start building the base next. Honestly, I don't want to start building the base until I have the dragon, or at least most of the dragon built, so I can see sort of how he's going to fit on it. Alright, so let's see. Building the neck and the head. We want to build him as Krondys, not Karzai, so we will keep on keeping on with those instructions. Yeah, Karzai is very cool, but Krondys looks like one of the dragons from Spyro, so let's be real, that wins. else do we need? We need the top of the head, and then we need the other side of the face. So I'm going to have an extra Karzai head, which I got to figure out something to do with. It's a cool piece. It really is. So there we go. So I'm not super sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But I mean, as far as leftovers go, it's pretty much like S tier. Go. I'm gonna get the horns out. So yeah, you'll have a whole neck and a whole head. And I think one hand, I think that's what you have left over. From what I can tell by looking at the instructions already. Hello! How are you? I am building a dragon. I am. Yes. Oh, so apparently, man, I'm really sniffly. I don't know what the hell. I think I had trouble sleeping last night too. We need to wash the sheets or something. So apparently Hawaii is up to 1,500 cases for 3 days straight. While that is probably not a lot for some places that tend to be more dumb, that is a fuck ton for Hawaii. That is the most Hawaii's ever had. So yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. So I yeah, was trying not to freak out because I would like to play games with other people at one point before the fucking year is over. I think I got maybe like 10 games in all last year because of the numbers. Like, it's crazy. So I would quite like to get to play games with people, but I don't know if that's going to happen. At least not for a while. So what I did, I ordered myself a copy of Stargrave, which is like Frostgrave in space, but it's got a pretty big single player compatibility to it, so I thought it might work a little better on the channel than some other stuff. So yeah, so I picked that up for myself so I can play something on the channel at least without like either playing myself or house rolling, or I don't know. I was just a little in despair when I realized how high the numbers were yesterday, because they are mental. Like, we didn't even go out. Usually on Christmas we go and get like a fancy dinner at like a super fancy restaurant. We didn't do that yesterday. Yesterday we had microwave pot pies. That was our Christmas dinner because the numbers are too fucking high. Let's see. This is like... So yeah, make sure you absolutely, when you're doing this, make sure you dry fit all of these, because some of them, like, I have no idea how this attaches. I think it's a horn. I think it goes like that, maybe? still some runner on it. Yeah, but yeah, like I have zero fucking clue how the fuck this is supposed to attach. And maybe like no. Okay. So here's, once we get through this complicated bit, I'll start talking about craziness again. There's a chicken outside my window having a shit fit. Okay, so the horn faces down. So that means that it goes on this side. This one goes on this side. So, oh, like that. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, so that's what I mean by weird cuts. This guy does not seem hard to assemble. He has not been hard to assemble, but the cuts have been super weird. They've tried a really good job to hide the gaps, but he's had a few. Like, there's technically a little gap going down the head there. How was your Christmas? And it tells us that Popeye's chicken is the shiznit, though. How are you enjoying putting together Not Smoke? Christmas was good. I did an unboxing video for my stuff yesterday, and talked a little bit about Christmas. You know, being out here, most of my family's back in the mainland. So we do like a video call with them. So we stayed up super late on Thursday, or no, on Friday. And we did our video call with my parents. It's really nice. We got to open gifts together and stuff. And we can at least have a little bit of Christmassy morning kind of thing. And it's really nice. There we go. Besides that, it's going pretty good. Got a lot of cool stuff for Christmas. My husband got me this dragon, which is awesome. Even though it fits together really fucking weird. Alright, so that's how the face goes together. My chunky fingers. You and me both, dude. This one is, it's actually like, every piece so far has been pretty big. It's just they go together in really weird ways. So like the cuts and stuff are very strange. I think they're to maximize how the model looks, so that most of the seam lines and stuff are hidden. But like, just where they chose to put cuts and stuff is weird. So like, yeah, putting the head together and then pushing it in place is the right way to do it. Wow. But yeah, how was your Christmas? We normally go out and do like super fancy dinner on Christmas somewhere, but we did not do that this year because the Hawaii numbers are just too fucking high out here. Too fucking high. So to counter my despair when I learned how high they were last night, I picked myself up Stargrave. Because it has a pretty strong solo play component, so I thought I might be able to play it on the channel, and that might be fun. Damn, that's one majestic looking motherfucker. Shit. That's like your daughter now calls me Daddy Dragon. Fuck. Yeah, that's how it goes on, just like that. Yeah, this thing's a beautiful model. but the cuts are very strange. But yeah, you start when you're building him, or at least when I was building him last night, I was like, man, this guy is not worth the money. Then you get to something like the face, and it's like, fuck, that looks great. Looks so good. You know? This piece is sculpted, like having at least the top half all sculpted with the face a little bit. It's good. Just went out to visit his family and chat for a bit at their place and took them to the beach. Nice! I hope the beach was good. We've still been avoiding the beach because lots of tourists don't wear their fucking masks. And Hawaii's cases are too fucking high. Sorry, I'm still kind of in shock at how high Hawaii's cases are. It really bugs me. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so now we need to do the wings and we need to do the hands. Great and noble, which honestly compared to the other dragons. Yeah, I think he looks very noble. Is very good. He looks like a dragon from Spyro, the Spyro reboot. Okay, so we are now in a spot where I can put the wings on. See, the thing that's holding me back here is I really like the Karzai pose better, but I don't think the Karzai pose will work with this head. I think it just it's not bent enough, because like if you look at the Karzai head, it's like bent down more, I guess. So, if you look at that, and you look at Krondys' head, I think if you put Krondys in the Karzai pose, he'd be like, which would be really weird. Yeah. Still, it's a question of what should we do next? I guess we'll follow the instructions. We'll build the base next and then put him on the base. And that's what we'll do. I'm also on the fence of whether or not I'm going to give him the armor. Because it would give the model a nice bit of gold. Because all my Stormcast have like antiqued gold. So it would tie him in nicely to that. But I also think he'll look cooler without the armor. So we'll build him and see how it looks and go from there. You should put him next to some of the other big monster models, like the Cygor, Dragon Zombie, and Black Dragon models. I have a Mega Gargan on my desk here. When he's built, I can put him next to. And I've got Knights within reach, too. I actually don't have a Zombie Dragon. My husband ordered me a third-party one. That's really cool. If you go to Kirioth TV, he has a video on other dragon models. My husband got me one of those. Really cool alternate sculpts. Really cool. I never noticed that you talking to the first dragon. You free and Spyro on a reboot. Yeah. He looks, yeah, like the one that's on like the cover art. Yeah, he looks a lot like that dragon. The Spyro on reboot was really good. I enjoyed the living shit out of it. I actually like 110% of that game. Which was really weird because I never played Spyro as a kid. It's one of those games that like I knew about, but like I picked it up during COVID lockdown, and I fucking like played the living shit out of that game. It was really fun. I played a little bit of the sequels that come with it, but I never. All right, so we're not gonna put this. We're not gonna glue this on the base yet because it says put it in the middle, but I want to see. Like he might fit better if I put him on one of the sides over there. So we're not gonna glue that down to the base yet. But at least we have something for him to stand on. Let's see. How hard would it be to magnetize the armor bits? Not hard, but honestly, there's probably not a lot of value in magnetizing them, if that makes sense. Because they don't add anything other than aesthetic. It's not like if he has the armor bits, he's 10 more points of, 10 more points and he gets like an extra point of life or something like that. Like they don't have any in-game value kind of thing. They're entirely like just an aesthetic thing. So there's not really like a ton of value in actually magnetizing them. So I honestly wouldn't bother with it. I would just make it a choice of whether or not you want him to have the armor or not. Okay, let's see. He needs number 23 for a foot and number 38 for another foot. Okay, here's 23. So there's the tip of his tail, there's his 2 feet, and then number 50, 30, yeah, 38. There's 1 extra foot and 1 extra hand. Interesting. That you're going to have left over. But yeah. There it goes. But yeah, he's honestly a really... Oh, shit. God, I'm being so bad with these nubs today. He's honestly an awesome model. Super, super awesome. But, what was I even saying, man? I am all over the place. Fucking COVID news messed me up yesterday. Jesus. I'm like a 80 types of mess today. There he goes. There's his feetsies. There's his feetsies. And then his feetsies go like that. Yep, feetsies go like that. Wah! Fancy Dragon Man. Fancy, fancy Dragon Man. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't based any of my Stormcast because I've been waiting to base them after I got him. So there we go. So yeah, I've been waiting to base them until after I got this guy so I could base them all at the same time. Because I want another unit of Annihilators. I think that's what they're called. The big guys with the hammers. The one that looks like that has like the bear chest. I want one of those, but that's about the height of how I plan to extend my Stormcast. I only want to get him because he's got the cool bear pieces. So... Whoa. So that's an alternate tail tip. So Karzai is going to have a different tail tip. So you're also going to have one of those left over. I think that is my husband getting up. Alright, so let's see. What hands is he supposed to have? It says 37. And then I guess he can have 22. Looks like. Yeah. My husband's having terrible trouble with allergies. Go. Alright. So, there's parts, the two halves of the head. You're going to have this leftover pillar piece. You're going to have one leftover foot, one leftover dragon claw. And that's what you're going to have left of that runner. Just nip it off little bits of runner. You good? Hobby time. Oh, I wish. He has zero interest in doing the hobby part. Which is a shame. I think he would really enjoy it if he actually gave it a real try. But he doesn't want to, and I can't make him. There we go. Oh man, he's got a big pair of mitts, doesn't he? His hands are really big. Come on, camera. There we go. Yeah. New camera angle, not quite working out. I have to play with that a little bit more. Wah. There he goes. So that's him all assembled minus the wings. So next up we do the wings. Alright, this camera's driving me bonkers. Why are you being a dickhead today, camera? Being a dickhead. Why are you being a dickhead? Stop it. Go on. Why are you doing weird random... Why do you want to focus on this runner? Stop focusing on that random runner. Thank you. Thank you. They're as long as a Stormcast torso. Pretty much. I mean... There's a Stormcast for comparison. So... Pretty fucking big. Pretty big. That's the Stormcast for comparison. Man, my Stormcast came out looking really nice. I just gotta base the fuckers. But they came out looking really good. Alright, let's get his wings on, and then we can figure out how to attach him to the base. So let's move him off camera for a sec while I figure out which wing parts to do. And then we'll debate armor after that. Okay, so let's see. We need 19, 20, and 21. This is 20. I do wish he would have had alternate wings. I wish Karzai had alternate wings. Because there's a lot of difference between Krondys and Karzai, but the wings are such a large part of this model that, like, the fact that they're the same is kind of a bummer. Like, I wish Karzai maybe would have had like one broken wing or something that's all tattered, and like one that's like not. That's a piece for later. And then we need, let's see, this 19, which should be this one here. And 21 is this claw. I love the dragon. Yeah, he's really cool. Really, really cool. I am happy he is living up to my hype. I have some Vallejo dark blue water basing if you want to use it. No, I'm all good, dude. I don't know how I want to base him yet, to be honest. I kind of wanted to build and paint this guy, and then I was going to decide. Because, I don't know, I kind of wanted their basing to be around him. And I'm not sure, really, 100% what I want to do with it yet. Okay, so this, and then this. Oh, look at that. Wow, when you find the freaking hole that's made for you, you just fit right in. Junji Ito, eat your heart out, man. Ugh. See that's gonna there's really no way for me to get that tighter than it is. Really? That's a big fucking gap. Something's not lining up. There we go. Yeah, there's a big gap there. That's gonna require some filling after the piece sets. Yeah, you can't really see it on the inside. You can see it on the back pretty bad. So we'll have to fill that after it sets. Basing's a really good way to model the other when there's more than one color pattern army. Yeah. I also, since this guy is like the centerpiece for the entire army, right? I want everyone else to reflect him, because he's going to be reflective of all the colors in the army. So red and black and gold, all of that's going to be here. So if basing works for him, it should work for anyone in the army. So that's something that, you know, one of the reasons I've been waiting for him to be like the centerpiece, because he is, you know, he's like the big model on the table. Everybody else like is gonna pale compared to him. So all right, and then this just goes like that pretty much. So yeah, I do need to get better at basing. I'm not very good at it. Bust out the green stuff. It should be okay once they set. I don't think the gap is that big. I think I'll be able to fill it in with plastic glue. I'll see when it sets though. There we go. There's his curled up wing. Ooh, gotta make sure that sits right on the inside too, huh? Oh, shit. Fucking gravity, man. Fucking gravity. Always being a pain in the ass. I have to hold this for a little bit more. Well, it sets a little before I can set him down. But yeah, he's definitely not a bad model to build at all. There's nothing really... The head, the directions they give you for the head are weird, but as you saw how I did it, I made it way easier by doing it my way. So everything else has been straightforward. Like this wing issue is already fixed. The glue is already strong enough to hold the wing. Just giving it a little extra push just to make sure. There we go. Yep, and that's all good. Now we'll work on to the big wing. And then we'll debate the armor. Because the armor will be pretty much the last thing. Because see, I would like to have some gold represented in him, but he's going to have a little on the horns. So I don't know. Because he's already going to have a little on the horns. But I don't know if that's enough, because the Stormcast are very, very gold. Right? Like I showed off one of my Stormcasts a minute ago. They're like antiqued gold. They're kind of like a dirty. So a little bit of gold mixed in might be really nice. It might help him represent the colors of the army a little bit better. However, he might look more feral without the armor. So we'll snip it out and we'll try it out after we get the wings on. So there we go. Nice and easy. Looks like there's like little teeth here. But yeah, a lot of people right now are like thinking about New Year's resolutions for armies and stuff. We did that before. You know, I did meet my hobby goal for 2021, and I got all my orcs painted, every single one, all painted before Christmas. They're now strewn around the house, but they are all painted, based, and top coated, which is awesome. I'm really, really happy about that. So I got my hobby goal for 2021. My other hobby goals, I'm not gonna buy any 40K stuff until my tower painted. So not doing that. I'm not buying any 40K stuff until my tower painted. And my next AOS army is my vampire army. And ideally, I won't pick up any AOS stuff until they're done. But let's be real, they're announcing a new box set on Monday, so we'll see what that looks like and go from there. I will say I am not particularly interested in the new 40K box that they announced on Christmas. It's very nice Eldar getting new models. I don't care about Eldar, so it holds very little interest for me. It's very little interest for me. My New Year's resolution is to discipline myself to only buy an AOS army that has a 3rd edition Battletech. 3rd edition. So who has one? Megakin. Let's be real. I'm probably gonna pick as a Megakin. That Battletech is really cool. Really, really cool Battletech. And you can take like just a mess of different stuff with it. It's really cool. Who else? Aurochs and Stormcast both have one too. Aurochs are really good. There's a lot of different ways to play Aurochs. Same thing with Stormcast. I mean, I've been disappointed in every single 40k codex I've read in 9th edition. I have been impressed with every AOS codex I've read. There's a lot of fun in every one of them, and just different ways to play. Like, if you just want to play just orcs and don't really give a fuck about, like, the factions and stuff, you can just play Big Waaagh and take whatever the hell you want. Which is really cool. It's super, super cool. If the rumors are correct, the next battle tomes are going to be Idoneth and Fire Slayers. So, if that helps you at all. And then supposedly after that, it's going to be Gits and Beasts of Chaos. So, if that helps. Alright. Look at my wing. My wing is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins. The stroke of my mane, I turn into a plane. I turn right back again when you tug on my winky. Ooh, that's dirty. Yeah, so if you put him in the middle, he kind of like overhangs a lot. But if you put him off to the side, he fits the base a lot better. Rule of thirds, baby. Pick up Cities of Sigmar, but there's so many different models, I don't know. That'll be continued, discontinued. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to be super, super real. Cities of Sigmar is really, really weird. And as a person that's fought Cities of Sigmar a couple of times, they're really obnoxious to play against, to be honest. Just because there's like so many weird little disparate rules and stuff. It's really hard to keep track of as an opponent. I get that people really like them because of nostalgia for what's it called? For the old world, but on the same hand, like I think they're so not straightforward that they aren't a very fun opponent to fight against. Go. There we go. Whoa, beautiful dragon. Looking so nice as he falls off the base. Stay on the base, glue, do your job. There we go. Beautiful dragon. Whoa. Kind of like Gene's. You know, Gene's Feather Cults, even their rules are more straightforward than Cities of Sigmar. The problem with Cities is that they have so many weird, disparate things. And you can take it all together. And, like, just none of it is intended to, like... None of it's really intended to, like, make sense. It's very strange. I don't know. I think it leads to some feels bads when you're playing them. Like, I don't really ever care about winning, but if I did, I think I would be annoyed because they just have so many weird little disparate rules. You got Jenny. Okay. Whoa, beautiful dragon. Beautiful dragon. He's pretty damn great. I'm not gonna lie. He is pretty damn great. That wing adds a lot of height too. Alright, so big fucking dragon. Let's do some height comparisons here. Blorp. They rolled a crap ton of factions together and ended up making a lot of models off. Yeah, they just Cities just needs a like a reboot, to be honest. Like, get rid of all the metal and fine cast and just reboot it. Like, if you do, it will make more sense. It'll be more fun to play. Like, they just need to be rebooted. Alright, big fucking dragon. Mega Gargan. So the big dragon, his wings are taller than the Mega Gargan. He is on a considerably bigger base. That's a considerably bigger base for him versus the Mega Gargan. The dragon himself is about half the height of the Mega Gargan. But with the wings and all of just like the space that he commands, he's bigger overall conceptually than the Mega Gargan is. About devoted Sigmar. What else line up? Elves have cool mounts. Yeah, I know you like wood elves. I hope they add them into Sylvaneth. I hope they add wood elves to Sylvaneth. Things like Skaith's Wild Hunt, where you have all the like satyrs and stuff. That would be super cool to have with Sylvaneth. So yeah, so he's pretty big and pretty nice. If you compare him against other stuff I have on my desk here, Star Wars big tank. Move the Mega Gargan. So big Star Wars tank. He's like double the height at least of that. Let's compare him to some Stormcast. Ugh. Let me grab my box of Stormcast. Hold on. This is my Stormcast army. They're in this box. Alright. So, versus a Gryph-hound. Actually, can we do that on this camera? Yeah, let's do that on this camera. It'll be easier to see. So, let's grab this. Toss that away. So, here's the Mega Gargan. Here's Krondys. He's like ready to give the Mega Gargan a hug. There's a Gryph-hound. Here's one of these guys. Let's grab the lion one. He's cooler. So one of the lion guys. Here's the chariot. Stormcast chariot. So, wow. Versus a Gryph-hound. God, you can't. He's so big. Move the Mega Gargan. Jesus. That's a Gryph-hound on the floor. Alright, he'll get picked up in a little bit. So there he is versus the Annihilator. So he's pretty fucking massive. Even if you ignore the bases, that's what he looks like just sitting on the base. It's pretty crazy. And then here he is with the chariot. So again, pretty massive comparatively. Pretty massive. And then here's the big double banner Stormcast guy from the Dominion box. So just huge. And then we'll do one of these troops there with the pole arms. So that's a big dragon. That's a big dragon. There's someone else reluctantly taken by the Wood Elves. Even the woods hit them now. Yeah, they have interesting lore. But I don't know. I would like to see them get added to the Sylvaneth because I'm a big fan of these like composite battle tomes they've been doing, like the Auric one. I like that a lot. I like the composites where you can play with your toys in a lot of different ways. I think that's cool. So the Mega Gargan is definitely beefier, especially because I've added a lot to him, like the tail and his swinging mace and stuff. That's all from me. Mega Gargan is definitely beefier, but he's also shorter. Krondys is actually taller than him. The horns and stuff, that's all stuff I added. He doesn't actually come with those. So I think Krondys, once he's painted, is going to command a little more attention. But the Mega Gargan is definitely awesome still. Alright, so now let's take a look at the armor. I have no idea why I'm so sleepy. I think I slept like garbage. Sorry there, Dragon Man. Okay. Where's the armor? Is it here? Here it is. Alright, so this is all the armor clipped out. So let's look at the leftover pieces so I can set these runners to the side. Okay, so let's see, what do we got? We've got 2 horns here that are for the Karzai head. We've got Karzai's tail tip. There's another horn for the Karzai's tongue, I think. And then we have an ankle for the Karzai foot. Alright, just so I can put those aside. We have the Karzai foot. Karzai half the head, his other piece of terrain that he stands on, other Karzai foot, the other half of his head. So you're going to get a full dragon head and a little bit of terrain. It looks like 2 extra feet. And then here's the neck. This is another Karzai foot piece that you're not going to get toes for. There's the other half of the neck. And then there's the top of the head. So really the only usable pieces you're going to get are maybe some of the fingers. The head and neck is completely reusable. Would look awesome on a lot of things. And the tail tip also would be very cool on a lot of things. Stayed up all night painting my painted PC truck. Could hardly sleep after that. Why did your truck have to be painted? Are you going to do one of the events, one of the tournaments or something that Avery's doing? Or did you just really want to paint it? Because that's fair. I mean, I stayed up to midnight working on this guy just because I wanted to work on him. There we go. Alright, so that's him without armor. And then that's him with armor. Something like that is what it would look like. Maybe I have this piece upside down. Maybe the spike's actually pointing down. No. Okay, so this piece goes in the front like that. And then this Guess goes like that. How the fuck is this supposed to line up? Alright, I need instruction time because those pieces aren't making sense when I put them together. Yeah. I based it 3 years ago. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. It's nice just sometimes to get stuff done. I agree with that. Now it's a McDonald's truck. I mean, a guy at my work is painting Gundams in all of the fast foods restaurant colors, so, you know, go for it. Okay, I guess I'm doing it right according to the instructions. Looks like I'm doing it right according to the instructions. So, this one goes in the front. Oh, fuck you, Spiky. And this one goes on the back. Like that. And I guess it just... See, in my brain, these pieces should line up, but I guess they don't. I guess they sit like that. And that's what you get. In my brain, they're like, they need to form a solid line, but I guess they don't. That's what you do. I kind of like the collar. I think we might do the collar and then leave the gauntlets off. Yeah, I think the gauntlets are too much. I'm not a big fan of the gauntlets. That's what the gauntlets look like. But I do dig the collar. I think the collar is nice. And it would give him a little bit of gold as well, which would be nice. I'm not sure if we want... Because that's him with nothing. And that's pretty great. Consider Zippy's as fast food. I need to see Zippy's bottles. The Zippy's colors are red and yellow? I'm trying to think of their sign, right? So it's like red with like yellow Z, I think. A little bit of gold would tie him into the army a little bit better. Which is the only reason I'm debating the collar. Because I think we'll definitely skip the bracers. I'm not feeling the bracers. But the collar's kind of cool. The collar like adds a little bit of regalness to it. But then again, he looks great just as a dragon. Right? That looks awesome. But the collar... I think the collar's going to give him some gold so he'll tie into the army a little better. Not a fan of the bracers. The bracers are definitely a no. They are a pass. The collar, though... I think we'll do the collar. Because I think it'll give him that element of gold I really want. So he ties into the army a little bit more. So he's primarily going to be red and black. So I think if he has the gold, because otherwise he just has the gold tips and the horns, and I don't really think that's enough. To be honest, I think the collar is going to add a good chunk of gold in there. Alright, yeah, we'll do the collar. We'll do the collar, we'll leave the bracers off because they're stupid. Dragon has been decided. Go. I won't put a ton of glue on this in case I wake up at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, no, why did I put the color on him? I don't want it now. I'll just put a little bit. Go. Fuck. All right. The collar sits really weird. Sorry, I'm probably off camera. The collar sits so fucking weird. It just... The fact it doesn't line up, like, is like breaking my brain. Like, I want it to line up and it doesn't, and it is confusing the fuck out of my brain. Yeah, see, because that's how it's supposed to be. Where there's like this weird, like divot right here, which is really weird. In my brain, this should line up and be like one complete line, but that's not how it works. And that's not how it's supposed to work. Because really this looks like it's supposed to go the opposite way, and like the points are supposed to go down the back, but it doesn't line up at all then. If you look at the instructions, this is how they want it. So yeah, I don't know. I think it'll look fine. It's just really weird how it connects. There we go. Just gonna fill in a couple gaps on him. Just hitting him with a little bit of plastic glue. Nice thin stuff, and then it'll fill in the gap. See, like I did the back of that wing earlier. The gap is much harder to see, to the point that like if I painted it, you probably wouldn't know it was there. We'll hit it with a little glue just to make it a little deeper. Fill it in a little bit better. Sometimes paint like makes all the gaps disappear, and then sometimes it really accentuates them. Like if you're building bloodthirsters, the gap that connects the head to the horns is like the place that everyone fucks up on that model. So like even like the really fancy painters, they all have this gap that's right there. So yeah, we'll let that dry. But there he is. Draw the eye to the center of the model and accent the rest of the colors of the rest of the model. Yeah. I think the gold is going to help draw the eye to the face with the collar. It's one of the reasons I'm going to leave it off the hands, because I do want you looking here, not down here. As nice of a dragon bulge as he has, I don't really want people staring at his hands and his dick. I want people to look at his face. So, yeah, so there he is. There's Krondys, all built up. The big old Spyro Dragon Daddy himself. Really fun details on this model are things like the webbing here connecting the leg to the body. That's going to be really cool. Yeah. Just a fucking awesome model. So tired. Yeah, just an awesome model. Really cool. Nice and big. Really commanding. This is Krondys 360 view. Whoa. Alright. We are around what I normally call it, but I really want to build some Malifaux stuff. So let's build some Malifaux stuff. Just because I really want to. I'm really hyped for Malifaux. And my parents got me some cool stuff, so we're going to work on some of it. I am going to choose to build bigger things because it'll work better on camera. So we're going to work on... Do we want to work on pigs? Or do we want to work on Davy Crockett? Do you think the glue set, or do you wipe it too? I didn't see. With fancy Josh hands. Yeah. The glue, I'm going to let it sit. If there's too much when I'm filling it in the cracks, I'll wipe it off, but I try not to do that because it can create a like sticky kind of texture where you wipe it off. I don't want to do that. So I just try to make sure I get the right amount on when I do it. Alright, so pigs or Davy Crockett? Let's do pigs. Pigs, it's been decided. Pigs. Alright, so let's build Old Major and then we'll call it. But to do that, Old Major is going to need a base. So let's do some basing. Because I love the Malifaux stuff. The like lore is great, the theme is great, but I fucking hate the Malifaux bases. I hate them with the fury of 1,000 fucking suns. And it's because of this stupid dip. So what I've been doing is I've been building these like saloon, like wooden slat bases, which I think look very thematic. And they also help differentiate them from my other models because I haven't been using a black lip. So I want to have all my Malifaux stuff be based the same, right? So all the Malifaux stuff is going to be on the same style of base. And instead of like having bases that match that mini, it's going to be bases for the game. And then maybe they'll have some customizations for it. So like I might put some like blood on like his claws and like dripping or something, but the bases aren't going to be like for that faction. They're just going to be like for the game, and they're all going to be like kind of like this. So I have made a giant mess next to me. Give me 1 second. Bag of Malifaux. Pardon our dust. Okay. We're gonna need a couple of these suckers. These are coffee stirrers. I bought these off Amazon. I got like 5,000 or something of them for like $10. I looked at all the different ones. I ended up going with these ones because they were the thinnest I could find. And I thought they were like really good floor plank size. So they're the ones we're going to go with. So what we're going to do, we're going to take Mr. Glue. And we want to do a little bit of glue there. Like that. A little bit of glue there. Like that. Then we're just going to put some on. We're going to try to get it not completely stuck to our fingers. Just like that. I know I did this before on camera, but... And we don't want them to be perfect, right? Like, it's supposed to be old saloon-style flooring, so, like, if there's, like, gaps and stuff, that's perfectly fine. So, like, that gap there, that's fine. And then we'll just keep going. And then we'll have a nice base to put old Major on as we build him. I think old Major's supposed to be a boy pig. There is like a mother pig, like a big old like sow with all these piglets in this faction, which is really cool. But I think old Major's supposed to be like a boy pig. There we go. Still got a little bit of that lip, but it's okay. As long as the hole's covered, that's our goal. Alright, our goal is like a G-string here. Our goal is to cover the hole. Nothing more, nothing less. There we go. Alright, so that's going to be the base for old Major. Just like that. And then once these dry, I will come back and I will snip off all the excess. And I mean, you know, they're like a millithousandth of a cent coffee stirrers. Who cares? We'll just throw the excess away. Alright, yeah, so we'll set that aside. That's going to be old Major's base. And we'll build old Major. Alright, so over here we've got the Warthogs. Over here we've got old Major. Here's Penelope. And there's the Goblin guy. Alright, so I will say the Malifaux plastic is really nice. It's a little softer than GW plastic, which isn't bad considering how like small these minis are. You don't. It's not so soft that you lose detail. These things are so fucking detailed. But it's also it's not so hard that I'm afraid it's going to break. The one thing with Malifaux though is you don't get instructions. You just got to figure it out as you go. So let's see. This is half of a pig. Here's another half of a pig. Snip that that nub off that ham hock there. And then pig ass. Come on, you know you want to focus on the pig ass. Stop focusing on my beard, thank you. Alright. Okay, we'll get that part of the pig glued together and we'll go from there. So yeah, I've built a couple of these so far. I have more Malifaux stuff than I built because I've been trying to figure out the bases. So far I've been putting them on GW bases, and conceptually I don't really like that. I want them to be from this game, so I have to move those guys over to this style basing. So I'm going to just slice them off their bases, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But there we go. Alright. And we've got big ol' hog head, literally. And And we have the other half of the big old hog head. Man, this camera's giving me all kinds of a fit today. I really gotta figure it out. It's being a right bastard. So I will say that the Malifaux stuff can be a little fiddly if you're building it. Like if you are not a super big fan of building, just make sure you have your patience hat on when you're working on these. I've never had trouble with them, but then again, this is one of those minis that like everyone says is the worst fucking thing ever to build. I had no trouble with this. This is a clone droid trooper from Star Wars Legion. A lot of people told me that they fucking hated building those minis. And I really liked them. I thought they were really easy to go together and stuff. So you know, just keep that in mind. That some of the Malifaux stuff can be a little fiddly to build. So just have your patience hat on. Take your time with it. And it'll be fine. Alright, so that weird thing, that's like a metal that hangs down from his neck, I guess. Which in retrospect makes sense because his name is Old Major. I am not sure which direction it goes. Definitely not like that. I should try to dry fit this first. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. So I think it's supposed to be like that. I think. But I don't know 100%. Trying to figure out where the fuck I put the box. Aha! That's how it goes. It's like a ring that it's on. Okay, that makes way more sense. Sorry. So yeah, if you can't ever figure out how something's supposed to go, the box has really nice pictures of all the minis inside that you can use to base it off of. See, like that was a thing that like even if these models had instructions, it wouldn't have made a difference. It was just like a weird piece that I should have tried dry fitting before I broke the glue out. That one's entirely on me. Yeah, there he goes. There's Old Major. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And yeah, it's gonna be him on the base right there. Sweet. That's the noise he makes. It's canon now. I'm sorry. If you have an Old Major, it has to make that noise. It's the rules. I don't make them. Just enforce them. Sweet. Alright, so let's cut this base down. It's probably dry enough. And then we'll get him glued up. And then we'll go ahead and we'll call it for the day. And I'll see if my husband is out of the shower and wants to do lunch. So these are really old nippers. These are actually the first nippers I ever bought. They are industrial as fuck. But they are also not very good at cutting. They're not super good at cutting. But these are the first ones I got to build Gunpla with. But they are very handy at cutting stuff that's like not precise. So like I would never use my good nippers for this. But these like 8-year-old like $10 nippers that I got at like a Hobby USA are amazing for this kind of work. All right. So if you don't hold the little pieces, lots of times they will go flying. Now I don't want them to be perfectly round around the base. I do want a little bit of edges to them because I think it adds to the kind of hodgepodgey sort of like cowboy wood flooring kind of look that I want. Yep, see, that's how they go flying if you don't hold them. Case in point, there's another one that went flying. There we go. But yeah, I also want to trim off some of the edges when I can. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Cool cowboy wood floor plank base, all ready for Old Major. I think there's a hillbilly. Yep. These guys are that faction. That faction is called the Bayou. Their lore is actually really cool. This is not the Suicide Pig. This is the Guardian Pig for one of the faction leaders. But the lore for the goblins is really cool because they are all like trying to imitate humans because they are creatures that lived like through the portal that leads to Malifaux, and this is like their first time meeting people, so their like whole society is about like imitating humans, but kind of doing it badly. Where'd you get the wood from? That basing looks great. I got it off Amazon. I got like 5,000 of the fucking things for like $5. I can, if you really want, I can try to find a link from Discord and post it. It's pretty good though, as far as like wood basing goes. Sorry. But yeah, this is not one of the bomber pigs. This is the, there are bomber pigs, but this is not one of them. This is the Guardian for Ulix Turner, one of the goblin guys. His lore is that he's like a pig breeder. And a lot of the other goblins, they like, they have all this like kind of stupid intrigue. But he's just like, I'm a hill man that breeds pigs. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. So like all of the units you like add to his team are just different kinds of pigs. It's pretty cool. Some of the other goblins though, like there's one that looks like Daisy Duke. And she's got like her tits out and she's wearing like Daisy Duke shorts and stuff. There's one that's like an old country ma who's got like a baby clutched to her side, and she's got like a shotgun in one hand and stuff. They're really good. I like the hillbilly pigs, the hillbilly goblins. But yeah, there's Old Major all ready to get sprayed after his glue's fully dried. But yeah, a lot of the Malifaux stuff is awesome. A lot of cool personality to it. I mean, fuck, I might be able to use some of these offcuts for one of these other bases. I'll probably do that. Yeah. I'll save those and use them for the other bases. But, I heard my husband get up, so we will bring Krondys over. Well, let's put him over here. I'm going to put my Malifaux pig next to him. There's old Krondys. He's not that old. I built him like maybe 15 minutes ago. But there he is, looking all fancy. And I'll go ahead and call it and go get myself some lunch with my husband. And I will catch you guys next time. Keep on keeping on. And yeah, I'll see you guys. What day is it? It's the 26th. Technically, my next stream would be in the new year. I would like to do a New Year's stream. Maybe we'll try to stream on Friday. I believe I have Friday off. So maybe we'll stream on the last day of the year. And we'll talk about like my favorite models of the year and stuff. And I'll pull those out. And it'll be stuff like that. It'll be fun. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have a good one.